folks. Good morning and thanks for joining us. It's currently 12:50, so I can safely say good afternoon to you. And I'd like to thank all of you for joining us. So we're currently here in Kakata, Margibi County, precisely at the Boakai Washington Institute. As you can see, just right ahead of me there, you've seen the BWI logo and the symbol over there. But of course, like the caption depicts, His Excellency President Boakai is here to attend the 97th Founders Day of this prestigious institution. So for those of you who have been here, who are alumni of BWI, today, of course, is your day. Today marks a huge celebration in BWI's history, and President Boakai is already here to grace the occasion. So as far as we are informed, there are activities already taking place to commemorate today. We're going to go on the field where all of the activities are already taking place. There have been parades across the principal streets of Kakata City to commemorate the 97th Founders Day of the Boakai Washington Institute, BWI. So, and just right here before the gates, the BWI campus itself, you're seeing security folks, but I mean, just right here, we have students all here, but all of them have been moved into the compound itself. That's where the actual activities are. So for some of you who have been here, this is your campus. You obviously know this place, and but just let me just take you in and show you the action for yourselves, because it's already happening. Today marks the 97th anniversary of the Boakai Washington Institute, a very historic institution. In fact, one of the first vocational skill training institutions to be established in Liberia. So just right ahead of us here, we have His Excellency President Boakai's convoy. The president has just arrived a few moments ago, and from within Kakata City itself, drove here on the campus of BWI. So, but currently he's into the administrative building where he's basically having probably consultations with members of the administration. But if you're hearing from the background, you're already hearing the drums. The celebration is ongoing already here at the Boakai Washington Institute, BWI. There are lots of activities taking place already here on the BWI campus. There's going to be a football match, apart from the marching band that went across the principal streets of Kakata City, the cultural dances, different performances. But obviously, there's going to be other activities. There are games that are going to take place here at BWI. All right, so just to show you folks, that's President Boakai's vehicle just right ahead of us there. And the president is already here at the Boakai Washington Institute. And basically he will be making his way any moment from now at the auditorium where the actual event is taking place. The place is already set. The guest speaker is already seated. The guests are all seated already, and basically they only are waiting His Excellency President Boakai to make his way to the event hall for the 97th Founders Day of Boakai Washington Institute. I'm going to roll the camera around and show you some of the activities that are taking place here on the campus. There are cultural performances. You see the marching band already for yourself. All right, so let's go on the other end of the campus where the actual event is going to be held. The other end of the campus where the actual event is going to be held. I'm going to go that way, but if you all know BWI campus, that's the main auditorium just right ahead of us there. That's where the event is going to be taking place. So BWI students, this is your event. Alumni of BWI, this is your event. Come in the comment section and celebrate your 97th Founders Day. Today is obviously a nice day for folks who have been here before. Today, the actual theme of this particular event, in fact, the BWI is celebrating their veterans, students who have graduated from here. They're calling them their heroes for contributing to society. This particular institution have put out some of Liberia's, yes, thank you, how are you? this institution have put out some of the, you can name them, ministers of finance. In fact, current minister of finance, Minister Augustine Gafuan, have been here. So there are a lot of prominent Liberians who have been here at the Booker Washington Institute who are now contributing to society. This institute, it's putting out graduates every year, some of the best technicians you can find, electricians, plumbers, and you name them. They have all originated from this unique institution. So this is the event hall, the auditorium, and the cafeteria. This is where the actual event is going to be taking place. Just right upstairs, you can see there are officers from the Executive Protection Service out there. And then you see some of these, here are the various groups all lined up here. Cultural performers just right ahead of me here. And you see these beautiful ladies all dressed up in their BWI colors. And everyone is all dressed up in their BWI uniform, you know, to commemorate this unique day, the 97th Founders Day of the Booker Washington Institute. So that's the attraction for you folks. BWI celebrates 97 years of existence. Almost a century. BWI will be 100 years old. That's a milestone, obviously. I don't have So for those of you who may not know, That's it, beautiful. As President Boakai joins the 97th Founders Day celebration of the Booker Washington Institute here in Kakata, I mean, let's just run you through, you know, a little about BWI. Just brief history, actually. This institution, this prestigious institution, was founded in 1929. Just imagine, 1929 to 2026, we're talking 97 years. And this institution is Liberia's oldest and most prestigious vocational and technical institution. Originally, I mean, when BWI was established, it was actually established as, you know, the Booker Washington Agricultural and Industrial Institution at the time when it was established originally. But it was created to, you know, equip Liberians with practical skills in agriculture, engineering, construction, and, you know, industrial trades to support Liberia, to support the country's workforce, to support national development. And the institution was actually named in honor of Booker T. Washington. As you may know, for those of you who know BWI, was named in honor of Booker T. Washington. And Booker Washington actually was an American educator, and then he was someone who championed vocational educational training at the time, and he was more concerned about self-reliance for the country's population, for Liberians, for young Liberians. So I mean, it was actually created at the time by President Charles D.B. King. And that was when President Charles King visited the U.S. and got inspired by the idea of creating a vocational skill training institution there in the U.S. At the time, while President Charles D.B. King was in the U.S., he noticed a similar institution and then decided to, copy the model and bring it to Liberia. So this is what we have today, the Booker Washington Institute, BWI. That was an awesome performance from the kid, beautiful performance from the kid. So folks, we still are waiting. President Boakai, he's already here, by the way. The president is already here on the BWI campus. Thank you. That's nice. So it appears we'll see the president arriving here any moment from now, but he's already here, by the way, folks. All right, folks, so we're seeing signs of the president. It appears he will be making his way here briefly. So let's wait. Once the president arrives, we'll go upstairs in the auditorium for the BWI event. But we're here on the campus, by the way. And if you are yeah, sure, thank you, thanks. If you've graduated from this institution before, folks, this is your day. Today marks 97 years of existence since its foundation, since the foundation of the Booker Washington Institute. So there you have it. I can probably go in there and show you what the hall looks like, but it has already been arranged. The guests are all seated, and basically what they're waiting for, or who they're waiting for, of course, is President Boakai himself to make his way. And then this event will get started. But of course, 97 years of putting out some of Liberia's brightest citizens from this prestigious institution. I mean, this year's celebration marks 97 years of excellence. And you might want to say resilience also, and service, of course, because some of the graduates of this institution have contributed greatly to Liberia's economy. I mean, and today's institution is bringing together alumni, students, faculty, partners, and supporters to celebrate BWI's legacy and also to recognize the outstanding contributors. I mean, those who have contributed to the existence of this institution, also to Liberia, of course, and then to reaffirm the institution's commitment to producing skilled, a skilled workforce for Liberia. And of course for the country's future. So today's event actually highlights BWI's continuous importance in advancing technical education and national development By the way, President Boakai's participation also underscores his administration's emphasis, on technical and vocational education. And then you may want to also talk about youth empowerment, workforce development, and you can tie that also to economic transformation. All of this aligns with BWI's long-standing mission of building practical skills for national progress. So keep watching, folks. Keep watching. All right, folks, so we are now seeing the president making his way here. We're going to go a little closer once it's don't worry. We'll not be in the way of the convoy, don't worry. All right, the president is making his way here, folks. And while you watch this beautiful cultural performance after your witness, Excellency, So the president's convoy is now making its way towards the auditorium. And you're seeing just right ahead of us here the vehicles approaching the auditorium where the event is going to take place. And President Boakai's vehicle has been escorted by his bodyguards, all you members of the officers from the Executive Protection Service, just slowly walking His Excellency's vehicle. Enjoy the actions for yourselves, folks. Keep watching. We're going to go into the auditorium any moment from now. Now that the president is already here. And just right up there is where the event is being held. And we'll make our way in there any moment from now. Now that His Excellency has just arrived. And there he comes. Dressed up in his gray African attire. President will meet the president will be welcomed, of course, formally. He's making his way up the stairs already. Here he comes. There he comes, waves to the audience, and calmly walks to his seat. And the president will greet the guests on the podium before taking his seat. He also now waves to the audience. And of course, speaking about products of this institution, seeing Finance Minister Augustin Gaffouan dressed up in his BWI colours, and seated by His Excellency the President. So folks, welcome and thanks for joining us. This marks the official program marking the For an institution founded since 1929, 97 years obviously. Founded in 1929, of course. The Booker Washington Institute remains Liberia's oldest and most prestigious vocational and technical institution. Of course, originally established as the Booker Washington Agricultural and Industrial Institute, created to equip Liberians and make the young people self-reliant. All right. So folks, very soon we will be heading to the podium. We already have the MC. He has mounted the podium already.
Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please. Fellow Lumina, please, we need a proper quality, please.
We will have to remove that light and the person will speak.
Please note that this Father's Day is extraordinary. And so,
of course, an extraordinary event this is.
All right, thank you, Jan. Thank you. Thank you. We must begin and we must proceed. Thank you, Giant. Thank you for everything. Oh, dear Boakai, we sing and praise. The last thing song of our school all says, someday when our school life is over, we gather together to say goodbye. Dreams of the hour we spent together and days spent on BWI. Booker Washington Institute, Kakata, Margibi County, on this 97th Father's Day celebration on June 27, 2028 at 2026 at about now. You all will stand, please, as we turn our program to our program sheet. We will be singing the hymn, Standing on the Promises of God.
You can check in your program sheet, the song is there.
Members of the administrative staff, faculty, students, Booker Washington Institute. members of the Alumni Association of Boca Washington Institute, our Queen, Boca Washington Institute, and Madam Tigress, so to speak, other invited guests, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On the occasion of the celebration of the 97th day of this illustrious institute, it is my pleasing duty at this time to present to you His Excellency Joseph Nyuma Boakai, Senior President of
Good afternoon, please have a seat. Mr. Chairman, members of the Board of Directors, Administration Faculty, of Boca Washington Institute, our esteemed alumni, our students, our visiting guests from BWI University, government partners here present, members of the diplomatic corps, many, government officials, the honorees, the two queens who want to recognize you for your presence here, government officials here, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Maybe if I were to come back, I suddenly want to come to attend. Maybe all of the honor. And I just realized that most of my government officials are very proud of them. I'm honored to join you today in your celebration of the 97th founder of the Washington Institute, one of Liberia's most distinguished institutions, and a pillar of technical and vocational education in our country. This occasion is especially significant as you gather under the theme honoring our founders, celebrating their legacy over the centenary. It is a theme that invites us not only to reflect on the remarkable vision and sacrifices of who established the institution, but also to recommit ourselves to the noble purpose for which we were founded. For 97 years, just 3 strikes away from the 100, Boca Washington Institute has served as a center of excellence, producing generations of skilled Liberians who have contributed meaningfully to our national development. The story of Boca Washington Institute is, in many respects, the story of Liberia itself. It is a story of perseverance in the face of adversity. It is a story of triumph over hardship. It is a story of a people who understood that while building many crumbled, the human spirit, when nurtured through education, remains unconquerable. For 97 years, Booker Washington Institute has weathered changing political administrations, economic uncertainty, global financial crisis, public health emergencies, and even the painful years of violent civil conflict that tested the very fabric of our nation. Many institutions struggled to survive. Some disappeared altogether, yet Booker Washington Institute is endured. This institution endured because it represents something greater than bricks, steel, and mortar. It represented a national ideal. It represented a conviction that Liberia's greatest wealth has never been buried beneath our soil alone. Our greatest wealth walks our streets, tours our farms, studies in classrooms, and dreams of a better tomorrow. That wealth is our people. Throughout the difficult years of our civil conflict, Liberia lost much. We lost lives, we lost opportunities, we lost decades of development. Schools were destroyed, communities were displaced, families were separated. The hope of our entire generation was interrupted. Yet even those darkest chapters of our history, the Liberian people never abandoned their faith in education. Parents continue to sacrifice so their children can learn. Teachers continue to serve despite enormous hardships. Students continue to dream even when circumstances suggest otherwise. That resilience became one of the defining characteristics of our national recovery. We cannot but only credit all of this to the never daunting spirit, foresight, and conviction of the founders, the fathers, as well as those who followed the carry on their dream. It is out of their sweat and toil that institutions such as Booker Washington Institute became indispensable vehicles in the rebuilding of our country. When peace returned, Liberia needed roads to be built. We especially needed skilled Liberians capable of rebuilding with Liberian hands. It is to that call that Booker Washington Institute answered. This is why today we celebrate not merely an education institution. We celebrate an institution that has quality, an education that has quietly, consistently, and faithfully participated in the rebuilding of our nation. Booker Washington Institute has produced thousands of those nation builders, and Liberia is better because distinguished ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest strengths of Booker Washington Institute has always been in its willingness to embrace and sustain partnership. No institution achieves greatness in isolation. The enduring relationship between Booker Washington Institute and Prairie View University stands as a shining example of what international cooperation and education can accomplish. For generations, the partnership has strengthened agricultural sciences, engineering education, electronics, industrial art, teacher preparation, and community development. And knowledge has crossed oceans. Faculty members have exchanged ideas with their peers in far-away learning. Students have benefited from expanded opportunities. Research has informed agricultural practices. Innovation has improved technical education. More recently, this historic partnership has embraced digital learning, climate-smart agriculture, artificial intelligence, and emerging technologies that will define the future. The real question now is whether Liberia will prepare its young people to lead in this new world or merely observe it from the sideline. The future is not beyond our reach. Under the arrest agenda for inclusive development, we recognize that education must be directly linked to employment, entrepreneurship, and economic transformation. Our objective is not merely to educate young people, our objective is to empower them. We seek an education system that produces competent hands and minds. These well-molded products should come from every county, every district, and every community where young Liberians possess dreams, working purpose. My dear students, allow me to speak directly to you. Though we serenade our sainted founders, you are the reason we are here today. You are not simply students enrolled in a respected institution. As we journey toward the mid-21st century, let us resolve that the next century of Washington will be even greater than the first. And that is a dream you will have to play the greater part to ensure actualization. As Liberia continues on its path toward economic transformation, technical and vocational education continues to occupy a central place in our national development agenda. This Boakai administration, therefore, remains committed to strengthening technical and vocational education, training TVET across Liberia through the arrest agenda for inclusive development. To the students gathered here today, I want to encourage you to embrace excellence, integrity, discipline, and hard work. You are the custodians of this institution's future. To the administration, the faculty, staff, who will mold your minds into productive citizens, I extend immense thanks as I urge them to keep on this noble pursuit. Let us think Liberia. Let us love Liberia and together build Liberia. On behalf of our government and people of the Republic of Liberia, and to the memory of our founding fathers, I congratulate the board, the administration, the faculty, staff, student body, the alumni, and all stakeholders of Booker Washington Institute on this important milestone. I say to you, bravo. God bless the Booker Washington Institute. May God bless us all God bless the Republic of Liberia.
Folks, I was President Boakai addressing the 97th Founders Day of the Washington here in Kakata, Margibi County. So wherever you watch from, we'd like to thank you for watching. That will do it for this event, and bye-bye for now.